Hey y'all, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Maudie. Do not mind this. I've had a terrible migraine all day, so I have my hot pad in my head covering and I've just got it on my head. But I'm finally feeling somewhat human. It is like 3:32 in the evening. But I wanted to show you guys how I make this full chicken pocket that we're going to have for dinner tonight. And it is so good, so good, y'all. If you're looking for a good recipe that's like restaurant quality, this is it. So I'm using my new bowl. I've already chopped up purple onions. I chopped up 2 of these, and what I did was I cut them in half and then cut the half in half and just cut them in like these type pieces. So that is that. That's ready to go. This recipe is something that you can use. However, you can adjust the amount according to how many people you're trying to feed. I've got a family pack of boneless, skinless chicken breast, and that is what I'll be using for our meal. Now, I may cut those chicken breasts in half, or some of them in half for the kids. Just because they're not gonna eat a whole one, and honestly I can't eat a whole one. But I have 3 squash and 3 zucchinis, and then I have bell peppers, and I forgot to get those. I'll get those out of the refrigerator, and I'm going to chop all that up and put it in with Italian dressing. I'm just going to show you. I'd already cut the end off of that, but this time of year, at least in my area, the squash don't look great, but that's all right. So I'm just cutting this squash in half, and I am just going to chop it up. I hope you all are having a nice day today. It is Saturday at the time I'm filming this. I'm not sure when you'll actually see this video. I'm not sure when I'll put it out. I may put it out tonight. I don't know. I may wait till next week and put it out. I'm trying to get better about putting out my videos ahead of time. Like just scheduling things. But I don't know. We shall see. I felt really rough today. And I'm just thankful that I'm feeling a little bit better. Now, sometimes I will take these and chop them into pieces. And I probably should have done that because these are pretty big chunks. Obviously, I'm not going to take everyone back out and chop them, but for the rest of these, that's what I'm going to do. So that's good. Put that in there. And that's super simple. Just do that. And these are already clean. Just put that there. And that was crazy. I should have just chopped it all in once. When I get these headaches, my mind is just, I don't know, I'm somewhat in a fog, I feel like. But my head is really, when the weather changes, I tend to get headaches a lot, pretty severe migraines. So I hope y'all don't make fun of me because of my crazy heat pad, but I know that I won't be making this recipe again anytime soon, and I really want to share it with you guys, but at the same time I cannot take this off my head right now, so you just get the crazy looking version of me. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. I won't be offended. Alrighty. This is really good though. It's just super simple. And I serve this with rice. You could serve it with probably an angel hair pasta. You could serve it with that. That would be good, I'm sure. My table is clean, y'all. It's just old, so it's all ugly looking. Okay, so that was 3 yellow squash. Now, if for some reason you don't like squash, you could do all zucchini. Or if you don't like zucchini, you could do all squash. I've never tried anything in this other than just typical zucchini and squash. I've never tried any other variety of of squash, so I'm not sure if there's other varieties that would taste different. But I like that you can adjust the amount according to how many people you're trying to feed. And this does keep really well in the refrigerator. My daughter, when she worked at the bank, she would meal plan, and she would actually make a few of these, and this would be her lunch for a week. She would work, of course, 5 days a week, and this would be her lunch. She would put it in a glass container. It reheats beautifully, and she would have a good healthy meal, a real meal, real food, and it just would take a little bit of her time on the weekend to meal prep, and it really worked out good for her. So that's something else. If you work, or if you have someone who works, you could make some of these and send with them. Now, of course, this doesn't freeze. You would not want to freeze this, but definitely refrigerate it, and it's going to reheat really well. And I'm dropping some of these on my shirt. This bowl, this is about to max capacity, it seems like, on my bowl here. Got one more of these. And also the size, obviously, of your zucchini and squash matters. So, there we go. My kids are outside playing. It is beautiful here today. It is 75. We took a walk, my son and my daughter and I, because I feel like once my head starts hurting, once I get over the initial really painful part and the nausea, if I can go outside and get some sunshine, fresh air, it makes me feel better. So, but I never lay in bed, y'all. I'm up early every day, but today I got up at like 7 o'clock this morning, and then I was back in bed by 8:30, and I did not come out of my room until 2 o'clock. Probably close to 2 o'clock. No, maybe about 1 o'clock, 1:30. I didn't come out till then. I stayed in the bed, and my family members made breakfast and took care of everything that needed to be taken care of in here. My kids did all the dishes, and also I could rest, and I appreciated that greatly. But I am going to grab the bell pepper and grab everything else that we need, and then I will be right back with you guys. I'm gonna have to kind of just transition it in because I forgot to set all that stuff out. So I'll be, you'll just see it in the next clip. Okay, so I went ahead and got everything that I needed to finish making this meal, and I'm going to show what it looks like as I put a pocket together. And then once they're done and I get them out of the oven, I will come back and I'll show you all what it looks like completed. So I am going to cut up these 3 bell peppers. This is the Italian seasoning I use, and sometimes I use a couple of packets, sometimes I just use one. I mean, it just depends. And this is the Italian dressing I use. It doesn't matter what kind you use. I mean, it can be, I'm filming, so, okay. We have a Glowforge, and my husband and Brad are out there having a good time with this Glowforge. If anybody's interested, drop it down in the comments, and I can show y'all a video of the Glowforge. But yeah, he made that. Just let y'all see it. And Brad also makes super cool things on the Glowforge. I'll have to show y'all one day some things that are made with Glowforge. He has an Etsy, and he sells those things. So, but they're out there having a good time with it. So anyway, I'm going to use what little bit of this zesty Italian I have. Oh, and the pigs. Yes, thank you. Let me grab that. It's terrible. Oh, I thought it was that. It's this pig. Oh yeah, the pig is burnt. It smells like burnt wood because it actually burns it. But this he also made this with the Glowforge, which is super cool. And this is actually 2 pigs put together. And he put them, like he glued them together and clamped them. So
not done yet.
Not done yet. He's making a whole little, we've got a whole little family of pigs going on, and possibly making like a puzzle, for like an animal puzzle. But here we go. Super cool. That's the interruption, but that's a really cool interruption because the Glowforge is absolutely amazing. All right, so back to this. I'm going to go ahead and just put some dressing, even though I haven't put the, I'm going to go ahead and put just a little dressing in here, and I'm going to let that sit for just a second. But I'm going to chop this up. So, holy moly, these are kind of hard. These are the, probably can't even see because I'm blocking everything. These are the, this is what I bought the other day at Aldi. And this is not the correct knife to do this with, and I'm sure y'all probably can tell. But I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm just not trying to dirty up everything. So it may take me just a second longer, but that's okay. Anyways, once I get the seed and the middle out of it, I'm just slicing it up like this. Let's cut that a little bit off. We're just slicing it. And these seem kind of tough. I don't know. So they may not be the best quality, but the good thing is Italian dressing is going to make this taste amazing. It really brings out, I think cooking this in the foil brings out all the flavors. It's so good. So once I do that, you can just chop it up as small as you like. I like to chop it up a lot smaller, more, almost dice it, because it gives, number one, it makes more, and I can use less ingredients by doing that. That was a pretty big one. Okay. But I'm just going to chop that up. And I'm sorry, this is taking longer than I anticipated it to take. I was hoping that this would just be a quick little video. I have not learned the art of fast forwarding, so I don't really know how to do that in my videos yet, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better, and I hope to get a camera after the first of the year sometime. We're also in the market for a 15-passenger van. Because we know our Tahoe is definitely on its last leg, and we need a bigger vehicle. We had a 15-passenger van for many years, and we got rid of it. We didn't think we would need it. Fast forward, and we do need one. So now we're in the market for another one, which really bites because our other one was paid off. But it is okay. The Lord will provide when He is ready for us to have one, and He will bring us the perfect one. So, but I am looking forward to it. I want to travel with the kids as finances allow and time allows. I want to take them and make some memories with them, these younger kids and my grandchildren, and it'll make going to church easier, because I've said before, we drive an hour to church and an hour from church, and we have not been to church in it's been several weeks because of our car being down. And now that it's back up, our church did not have services for 2 weeks, and we won't be able to go this weekend. I'm not feeling up to it. That's a long drive. And we are now back to rationing our gas because of it's winter time and we're having to watch our money a little bit closer during the winter than we do during the summer. I think this knife is getting like dull. I don't know if I've said this before. This is Rada. This is a Rada knife. I absolutely love their cutlery. They are my favorites by far. I absolutely love them. Okay, I'm gonna try to chop into this a little bit different. Maybe that'll, that's kind of ugly. Just gonna pull it. There we go. That's easier. Okay, this is the last bell pepper. And now we're about to get to the fun part. And I'm gonna have to sharpen this knife for sure. Probably because I cut the wrong things with it. That's probably why I need to cut it, sharpen it. I'm definitely not a chef at all, a professional anything really, but if you hear the kitty, she's over here scratching, the new kitty, she is scratching on my seats, but that's okay because the next chairs I get won't have any type of cushion on them besides maybe a cushion that I sew and put in the seat, and that'll be okay if they scratch that. Okie dokie. Almost done, y'all. Thank y'all for being patient. Promise I'm going to work on learning how to fast forward. So some of these little tasks like this, when I'm making these videos, recipe videos, I can just fast forward through. And you can see it, but see it in quick motion, so you don't have to sit here forever and a day. All right. So my bowl is full, and I had poured just a little bit in there of my Italian dressing. So I am going to pour probably that much. Basically, almost a half. And I normally put salt in this, but I'm not going to get up to get the salt. I'm just not. So, but the recipe, I don't think actually calls for salt. And this was not my recipe originally. The original recipe was not mine, but I adapted it, and I have made it basically now it's completely different than the original. So I do say this is my recipe now. Because the original was quite a bit different. So the goal is to incorporate this Italian into everything. You want to get everything together. Like I'm making sure all these onions are separated and everything's all mixed in, because you'll see once I put the chicken on the foil, I will just reach in and get a handful of this stuff and it will go right directly on top of the chicken. And then cheese will go on top of this, and the foil packet will be wrapped up. But okay, I think that this is good. I have my paper towels over here, and these are clean. These are actually clean. My daughter got these for me ahead of time. I said, grab me some paper towels, so I know that I'll need it. All right, so I am going to sit this over here. And now what I do is the next step will be, we are going to take we're going to start out with 2 of these Italian dressing packets. And I am just going to pour them here onto this plate. Now next comes what I really feel like is the gross part. I don't like to touch raw chicken. Maybe I'm weird. And I am just going to do 1 of these for y'all. And then I will just end this until we are putting them back in. We're putting them in the oven, and then I'll show y'all me getting them out and what they look like served up. But I bought this. You recognize this from my Aldi video. And I am going to just use 1 whole one. Again, like I said, I think I will cut these in half. And I'm done with this cutting board. I won't be using it again. I do not have a meat, I don't have the meat mallet that mashes things evenly. I need to get one. I don't know why I don't have one. It's actually insane that I don't have one. Okay, so I'm just mashing this, and you see I've mashed it, and I am going to cut this as evenly as I can. And I will sanitize this cutting board completely after I am done. But I'm going to take the bigger one. Got this, and I like to make sure it is even. I'm going to grab in here, and I'm just going to get oh, you know what? Hang on just a second, y'all. I have done messed my own self up. I actually forgot the main step, a very important step. I'm going to take this chicken, and I am going to put it I am just going to put it here into the Italian seasoning. And I do recommend using Italian seasoning packets. I do not recommend using Italian seasoning that you would put in spaghetti. It does not taste the same. This is what you would use if you were making like an Italian dressing at home. So there is a difference. You can use name brand or the generic Walmart brand. I've used both, and they are just fine. But you see I've got the vegetables stacked on top of it, and I won't put any more. Now here, I took some cheese, and I put some shredded Fiesta cheese. You can use any kind you want. I put some in a bowl. This cheese, if there's anything left, will be thrown away. I absolutely would not put this back in my cheese my package of cheese, because I do not want to cross-contaminate anything. But here we go. I put the cheese on it, and I am going to take it, and I'm just going to fold it up like so. And you just make a pocket. So make sure your foil is big enough. You can make a pocket out of it. And normally what I do is I figure up how many pieces of chicken that I'm going to have. And I go ahead and pre-pull each piece of foil, and I have that laying beside me, so it's like an assembly line, and I'm not having to touch this foil with chicken on my hands. So I'm going to get up, I'm going to go wash my hands, and I will count up the chicken. Once I cut this off or pause it, I'll count up the chicken, and then I'll pull off however many pieces of foil that I need. so I don't have to touch that again because I have no way of sanitizing that. But this is a packet. It's ready to go. It'll go on my pan. I will cook this at, I believe it's 425, but I will tell you the right temperature when I grab my recipe. I will cook this for about 45 minutes, and I will get the thickest one out, and I will check and make sure that they are done, and then I'll just get them out. And I always put down foil, unless I am cooking in a disposable pan. And today, if I have enough disposable pans, I don't know if I do, I will just cook these in disposable pans. But if not, I have to cook them on a cookie sheet, I'll lay down foil because they will leak as they're cooking. You don't want that stuff running in your oven or just making a sticky mess on your pan because it's difficult to get off. And at the end, if I have any vegetables left, what I do with these is I make a big foil pocket that's just vegetables with cheese dumped on top of it. Put that in there, and it cooks along with this, and that's another additional side, if you want to say, that you can have with your meal. It's excellent. This is very good. So I will be back when I get all these done, and I am putting these in the oven, and I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, so I am back, and I got everything wrapped up. I ended up, out of that one pack of chicken breasts, getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I got 11 chicken packets, and then 3 packets of vegetables, just vegetables and cheese. So I did have 2 of these disposable pans, half steamer pans left, and so I just went ahead tonight, since I'm not feeling well, I'm using those. And then I used my big glass pan, and I did go ahead and I covered it with foil just so nothing gets on it. And this is my recipe that I wrote up, and I'm going to try to put a picture of this at the end of this video, and you can just pause it and copy it down. But it says on here a bottle of Italian dressing. I did not use a bottle. If this would have been a small bottle though, I definitely would have used a bottle. But because mine was large, it's, like I said, about a half of a bottle, I suppose. Not really even quite a half, a little bit over. I don't know. There's still like 75% probably left in it, or 60% left in the bottle, I would have to say. But you bake it at 400 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes, depending on the thickness of your chicken. And once this is done, you're ready to eat. I'm going to put my rice on in my rice cooker and let that cook, and it will be ready to go. And then when these are done, I carefully get these out, and I call this No Toil Foil Chicken, but honestly it is a little toil because you have to take it out of the foil, or you can eat it on the foil. I would not suggest giving this to a child, for a child to just eat right out of the foil, because they could easily get a piece of it in their mouth, the foil. So I always take it out, and I do this, or have a big person do it if you're serving this to children, because this will be very hot. The foil will be very hot, and the contents inside will be extremely, extremely hot. So I will be back with y'all when this is finished, and you all can see what it looks like. And I will put I'm going to use jasmine rice, my favorite rice. I'm going to use that in my rice cooker. No special seasonings or anything, because you really don't need that when you are making this meal, because this meal is so good. And I always just put the contents of my packet, I just put them right on top of the foil, and it's, oh my goodness, it's so good. And also, I also have made hamburger patties like this, and I think I got that recipe from Jamariel Stewart, I believe. I'm not sure, but I think that's where I got that. And I'm gonna make those again here pretty soon. They're like hamburger patties with ranch powder, you actually make the patties with ranch powder and onion. And if you wanted to put a layer of cheese on there, you could, or you don't have to. And they are so delicious. They are a little greasy. That is my only thing about those that I don't care for, but I'm gonna make those for you guys soon too. So here we go. I will be back with y'all with the finished product, and I'm excited because I cannot wait to eat. I'm absolutely starving. Okay, so this is finished. I cooked it on 50 minutes, and I have not opened up my new rice cooker thingamajigger. I've not opened that up yet, but from Drew Barrymore. I've not opened it, but I do plan on opening it next week and using that. I just use my trusty old rice cooker, and here we go. I've got my rice, and I am going to fluff this up a little bit. Let me get my, I normally use my big, I think I'm just gonna use a wooden spoon. And I'm just gonna fluff this up a little. And it actually, this is actually really good. The last time I made it way too watery. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this rice out. And this is how I fix it. Now, obviously, you can do it any way you want to. You don't have to even put it on a bed of rice. You could use noodles or whatever. You could even just serve different vegetables with it if you wanted to. So here, these are all chicken pockets, and some of these are vegetables. I personally love the vegetables, so I am going to open these up. You can look, let me just pull this closer to you. You can look in here and look how good that looks. Oh my, that looks so good. Now this is just vegetables. It is there's no chicken in this one. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some of these vegetables because again, these are my favorites. I'm going to put these on the rice before I lay my chicken down. And that looks good. I had 3 of these left over, and if you hear commotion going on, that is everyone running around in the house acting wild. All right, so very careful. Be very careful when you open these. They are so hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, but this is what it looks like. Ooh, that's hot. You see it's got all this juice. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so good. I am going to go ahead and just pick this up. And I'm going to set this right down on my rice. And you can see that looks so good. I am going to take what's left here in my foil pack. And I'm going to just pour all this goodness over my plate here. Now you can see how big this is. I'm going to put some salt on it because I did not put salt on it earlier. So I'm just going to go ahead and salt my plate. Yes, I love salt, y'all, so I put a lot of salt on it. But I'm just put that, and then I will cut this up. And I definitely will not eat all of this, but I'll eat most of it because I'm starving. But this is it. This is my plate. Very yummy. It is so good. I hope you guys try this recipe. I am going to insert a picture of the recipe here, and hopefully you guys can just pause it. I may try to write it in the description box if I can't get that into the video for some reason. But that is all. This is a yummy, yummy recipe, and this is restaurant quality. I promise you it is. If you know anyone who would be interested in something that they could fix and use in meal planning, send them to this video or give them the recipe. That is excellent for that too. But I'm going to close out. I'm just still feeling out of sorts with my head hurting. I'm going to close this video out. If you know anyone who would enjoy my content or my channel, I would appreciate it if you send them my way. I appreciate each and every one of you. To all my paid subscribers, my just regular subscribers, or even just viewers, you all are special to me. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, like and comment. Leave me a comment down below if you try this recipe. Come back to this video, comment, let me know what you think about it. I'm about to eat. So I will talk to you guys on the next video. I will see you then. Thanks.